Former NFL wide receiver T.J. Houshmandzadeh on if he believes more in Lamar Jackson or the Browns' defense.
I got to roll with Lamar because he's been consistently great since he stepped into the league. And football is a complementary sport. And, yeah, the Browns have a great defense, but the Ravens' defense is so good that they are going to keep Lamar in the game. Number one in points allowed in the league defensively. And so as bad as you want to say Cleveland's defense, oh, they dominate. They do. When you look at Myles Garrett, Za'Darius Smith on the edge, what Jim Schwartz has brought to that defense, I don't know what he's done, but Joe Woods last year, it makes him look like, what were you doing as a coach? Because this defense really is what you said. They're basically impenetrable. It's hard to get yards, but Lamar is just playing at a different level this year. And they can run the ball, they can pass the ball. But more than anything else, if he's not playing well, like you spoke of in the first week, the first time they played, yeah, Lamar had a good game, but he had 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. But his defense won him the game.
Correct.
And so their defense is good enough, whereas Cleveland's offense,
good point.
They got to bring something to the party.
Yeah.
Brett, without question. The one thing I'll say about Lamar, Lamar is a guy when it's going well, it piles on. You can get him frustrated, and he hasn't been frustrated a lot this year. He's only thrown 3 picks. I think it's 12 sacks or 21 sacks he's taken. So he's had 3 different games where he's been sacked 4 times.
He's had a fumbling issue, too. Like, he's fumbled the ball a lot and actually gotten a lot of them back, Dave. So that is kind of a point of emphasis that I was looking at in this one. I totally agree. Like, you kind of took the words right out of my mouth. Like, if you can get him flustered or get him thinking about what he's doing, if Schwartz can present some stuff that confuses him on the back end, and buys a little bit of time for the front to create pressure, I think that you can get to him. The problem is the Browns are so used to their identity is just hair on fire, create penetration, and we're going to fill in behind you, fix it with the linebackers, right? You can't do that against against Lamar, right? Because you'll just leave running lanes open. So they're going to have to be more true in their gap integrity and in their rush lane discipline, or else you create run lanes for him, and that's where he kills you. The other problem there when you're, with the defense is they're better in man-to-man, and they've struggled in zone. And typically against Lamar Jackson, you don't want your corners turning your back to him, right? Because if he does escape, then it turns into a huge play because you've got your corners playing man with their back to the ball. Which is why you want to play zone, but that is where they've struggled the most in coverage. So a couple issues there that they need to work out this week and figure out how they're going to play him exactly. But I wrote in my things I think I know that it really is, and going back to coaching again, they really need Schwartz to dial up a beauty in this one, right? Like, and we've seen coaches do it before. A couple of years ago, the Dolphins ran like cover 0 the entire game and blitzed him, and he really struggled with that. So not saying that that's going to be the game plan. That would be a little reckless. But there are teams that have put together game plans over the years. The Chargers in the playoff game, right, shutting them down, that have found ways to give him things to look at that have created problems for him passing the ball and bottle them up in the run. So it's not impossible. We've seen it done, to your point, and it will snowball the other way if you can get it going that way.